I'm Aina Koyo, bringing you the news, community stories, weather and economic news, as well as much more on this Tuesday evening in the news tonight. After a minute of silence in honor of Namibia's recently departed President Hage Geingob, newly sworn in President Nangolo Mbuba opened the first decision-making meeting of cabinet at State House this morning. President Mbuba told his cabinet ministers, "It is also a difficult time for you as cabinet members and the entire nation, but we must be strong and forge ahead without faltering. This is what our President Dr. Geingob would have wanted us to do," he said. Have a look.
As members of cabinet, let us pick up where he has left and take our country forward. This is a difficult and sad time for the widow and children, and our thoughts are with them. It is also a difficult time for you, for us as cabinet members, and the entire Namibian nation. But we must be strong and forge ahead without faltering. That is what our President, Dr. Geingob, would have wanted us to do. This year is the year of elections, the year of expectations, in which the citizens of the Namibian House will elect the next leadership to lead the nation for the next 5 years. As we navigate through the challenges of this year, our citizens have higher and clearer expectations from us, of us. We have to implement government plans and programs to deliver quality public services to our people. As we commence with the work of cabinet, we should be mindful that the people of Namibia have entrusted us with a mandate to grow the economy, to improve their livelihoods, and enhance inclusive prosperity for all our citizens in the Namibian House.
City of Windhoek Mayor Queen Kamati yesterday implored authorities at national level to meet local authorities' effort halfway in mitigating the crisis of homeless children and adults roaming the streets of Windhoek at the consultative meeting held this afternoon. The meeting is set for stakeholders to draft a framework for a plan of action regarding the status of adults and children roaming the city street. Jemima Ndebele reports.
At a consultative meeting on the status of adults and children roaming the streets of Windhoek, City of Windhoek Mayor Queen Kamati implored national authorities to meet local authorities' efforts halfway in mitigating the homeless crisis.
I would like to highlight this on a serious note. CEO, Honorable Councillor said, I'm glad, Council is glad that all the stakeholders are here. So we have a mandate from the local authority as council to make sure that our citizens, our residents in the city are safe. Therefore, we ensure safety and security through our city police. But I also just want to implore to our stakeholders who are here, especially those that are representing the national government, that where our city police ends, then the national government should really come into all hands and assist. Because this is a joint, these are joint issues of yes, council, but however, the national government has a responsibility also to ensure that these people get provision of basic services or they get their essentials such as the national documents or even to identify really who these people are. So CEO, councillors, I think this would be a very good initiative that the council has brought to the fore so that we come together, we assist and join hands and really look into this issue and so that we assist this issue before it gets out of hand. So I just wanted to implore the national government.
The Keetmanshoop and Mossel Bay municipalities during the 7 and 8 February 2024 discussed a possible twinning agreement that will cover, among other things, local economic development, electricity, information technology, and community service. According to an announcement made by the Mossel Bay municipality in South Africa, once in place, the memorandum of understanding between the two municipalities will remain in force for 2 years from the date of signing unless terminated by mutual agreement. The mayor of Keetmanshoop, McDonald Hans, during the occasion confirmed that his municipality has several similar memorandum of understanding with other municipalities in Namibia. Moving over to our next story, the Environmental Investment Fund of Namibia today commemorates its 12th anniversary under the theme Empowering Innovation for a Sustainable Tomorrow. Established in 2001, the EIF stands as Namibia's response to global call for green financing and has evolved into one of Africa's most dynamic green and climate financing institutions. EIF said in a statement that this signifies a dedication to encouraging innovative initiatives and strategies that address current and future challenges, ensuring a positive impact on both the environment and society. EIF's impacts include having disbursed grants exceeding 2.3 billion Namibian dollars, approval of 71 grants for various environmental projects, and the creation of more than 950 employment opportunities, and having retrofitted 169 boreholes. Senegal joins other countries that have struggled to ride some of the world's biggest oil and gas discoveries in decades. The details follow in economic news after this short commercial break.
Connection. It's in the human touch, the feeling of belonging. It inspires us and empowers us, creates clarity from complexity. It starts new conversations, unlocks the power of advice, and makes an impact on your life. At Alex Forbes, we pioneer insight to provide you with advice that connects your decisions of today to your impact tomorrow.
In our economic news tonight, Senegal joins other African countries that have struggled to ride some of the world's biggest oil and gas discoveries in decades. The finds have rarely lived up to their promise, often doing more harm than good. Everything from project delays to political uncertainties and mismanagement have kept export revenues, forcing nations into additional borrowings and worsening their financial situations. Senegal's debt is becoming more expensive. Mozambique has had to restructure its loan, and Ghana defaulted amid the mismanagement of its oil and gas production. The discoveries have also done little to improve the energy situation at home. Domestic markets across the continent are no match for the lucrative ones beyond its borders. Foreign companies balk at developments that don't target exports, leaving local economies with limited access to their own gas that can be used to generate electricity for homes and industry. Almost 600 million people, or just under half of Africa's population, lack direct access to energy, even as 6% of the world's gas and about 7% of its oil is produced there. And now let's have a look at our economic indicators. The Namibian dollar trades for 23 Namibian dollars 96 cents to 1 British pound, 20 Namibian dollars 40 cents gets you 1 euro, 19 Namibian dollars 5 cents gets you 1 US dollar, and 2 Namibian dollars 63 cents gets you 1 Chinese yuan. Two commodities have dropped, that is gold with 0.99%, platinum 1.66%, while copper and Brent crude oil have increased with 0.16% and 0.26% respectively. After the break, I return with the international news. Madagascar's parliament has passed a law allowing for castration of those found guilty of rape of a minor. We delve into this shortly. All right, Madagascar Parliament has passed a law allowing for a chemical and in some cases surgical castration and those found guilty of rape of a minor. The law has prompted criticism from international rights groups but also found support from activists who says it's an appropriate deterrent to curb a rape culture. Parliament in the Indian Ocean island nation of 28 million passed the law on the 2nd of February and the Senate, the upper house, approved it last week. It must now be ratified in High Constitutional Court and signed into law by President Andry Jolina, who first raised the issue in December. His government proposed the law change. Justice Minister Landi Balotina said it's a necessary move because of an increase in child rape cases. In 2023, 600 cases of rape of a minor were recorded, and she said that 133 already were recorded in January this year. Moving over to our next story, Thailand's jailed former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra is set to be freed. Thaksin, who was jailed for 8 years for abuse of power before a royal pardon reduced the term to 1 year, was granted release on parole. Minister Reta Tavisin told reporters on Tuesday. Its official, Reta said, stressing that everything had been carried out according to the law. Once released, he will be a normal citizen. It's in the past and that's where it will stay. In the past, Thaksin returned to Thailand last August following more than 14 years in exile and was taken immediately to court where he was jailed for 8 years for abuse of power. Thaksin was transferred to hospital after a single night in prison when his blood pressure soared. Soon afterwards, the king gave him a royal pardon, reducing his sentence to 1 year. Thai media reported earlier, quoting Justice Minister Tawi Sodsong, that Thaksin was among 930 inmates given parole on Tuesday in his case for age and health reasons, and that he was expected to be released on the 17th of February. After the break, we return with the weather. Stay with us. Let's have a look at the weather predictions for tomorrow. Katima Mulilo and Rundu can expect a minimum of 18 degrees and 19 degrees respectively, while Enana and Ochuarongo as well as Ventuk can expect a minimum of 22 degrees, that is also inclusive of Rakana. Hentis Pai and Falfish Bay as well as Ludrets can expect a minimum of 18 degrees, while Kedman Schwab can expect a maximum of 39 degrees. Aranos rather, and Mariental can expect a maximum of 38 degrees. After the break, we return with the sports. Stay with us.
We are all seeking connection to each other, to the world, to the spaces we exist in.
Poor sportsmanship right now from the lads.
You might be physically ready, your body is ready, but mentally.
Here's another chance, and it is a goal from Vindo Kaha.
Hij zegt, ja, is er aan neertrekken. Hij bal lijkt mij grond gepad. Ja, hij grond gepad. En dan zie je.
But just enough next.
Running that mountain up. Okay, so we will be doing this for the mountain climber. More advanced, slightly advanced.
So is jou trolley reg? Want
I love it. I love it. So then
kickstart our countdown at number 5 with this one.
Op Netwerk TV se klets kompas gesels ons nuus van 'n maandag tot donderdag. Ons kyk ook na die weer en meer. Stories wat jou raak en stories wat saak maak.
They've made a mistake in denying me bail, and they've made several other mistakes in many other cases.
The channels that teach us something new or reflect our expression. So it goes beyond switching to the right station. It's about choosing the experience that can adorn the present, dressing it with our tastes as we expand our preferences, because what we are actually connecting to is boundless, limitless human energy. And this is the spirit of NTV.
Good evening and welcome to the Sunset News Sports section. I'm Jesse Jackson Kauraitha. Young African Football Club has stated that they now have bigger ambitions than they initially had at the start of the season. Their coach Malinga Ridemo believes his club still has a chance to obtain a top 4 finish this season. Garidemo said this after his club collected 4 points in 2 away matches last weekend. The Khobabas club beat Civics 2-1 at the Unam Stadium on Saturday before playing to a 1-all draw against Tigers the next day. Garidemo felt these results have given the team a new sense of hope, and their tone will definitely not just be about surviving but targeting top positions. FNB Women's Super League powerhouses Commerce Nampol FC and Ongos FC played to a goalless draw in a match that saw both coaches frustrated with the officiating at the NFA Technical Center on Saturday. Timbers flared up at times as two of the leading teams clashed in a potential early title decider. After 7 matches, each Ongos are the log leaders on 21 points ahead of Commerce Nampol 17, Beauties FC 16 and Unam Bokis 15 points. Ongos coach Shamagure expressed his dismay over the way the match officials handled their fixture. Susel Prong from Swakopmund has been making waves in the world of competitive karate. From competing at the recent K1 Series A Championships in Athens, Greece, to training with Egypt's national squad in Cairo this week, the 31-year-old has been on a journey of hard work and determination to achieve her goals. In Athens, Suzel managed to make it to her pool final, beating competitors from Greece before eventually losing to Spain. Despite not taking home a medal, Suzel's performance at the Series A Championship was a huge confidence boost for her. That is all we had for you today. Good night.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with football, English Premier League first, a game that was played, it's a week game that was played, and it's Chelsea that beat Crystal Palace by 3-1. Good away win for Chelsea, that's currently 10th on the English Premier League log. They beat Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park, the score there was 3-1. Not good news for Crystal Palace, already under pressure, and there's more pressure now on manager Roy Hodgson, and currently it is Crystal Palace in 15th position on the English Premier League log. They've got 24 points. They next travel to Everton. Everton also struggling, currently 18th on the log, and that game will be played on Monday, and that will be after that a home game for Crystal Palace against Burnley. The next game for Chelsea is a tough one. They travel to defending champions Manchester City, and that game will be played on Saturday. Continuing international sports news with cricket news, a test match cricket. It's South Africa playing the second test against New Zealand. That's played at Seddon Park in Hamilton. New Zealand winning the first test, leading 1-0 in the two-test series. South Africa winning the toss, electing to bat. They were 220 for the loss of 6 wickets. That was after, that is on close of play on the first day. Bit of a surprise batting first. It was a bit of a green wicket, but South Africa survived. They batted slow, but they're 220 for the loss of 6 wickets. Ruan de Swart, the best scorer, is unbeaten on 55. And also India hosting England. The third test will start on Thursday, and that will be played in Raikot, and it is at the moment 1-1 in the 5-test series. News from India is that they will be without their influential batsman KL Rahul. He's got a thigh injury. He didn't play in the second innings or the second test as well, so he's still injured. He won't be playing in the third test. And also there's still a concern about the availability of Ravindra Jadeja. He's the all-rounder, and he's got a hamstring injury. He's in a race against time. India also earlier announced that Virat Kohli won't play any of the 5 tests, and that's because of personal reasons. Initially, he was only going to miss 2 of the 5 tests, but he announced that he will miss all 5 the tests against England. And to conclude today's international sports news, it's tennis news. It's tennis news from the Qatar Open being played in Doha. That's on the women's circuit, and it is a WTA Thousands tournament. It is a number 1 seed, Iga Swiatek, she beat Serena Castilla of Romania easily by 6-1, 6-1. That was in the first round of the tournament. Some of the top seeds already out of the tournament. Significantly, it was first the number 10 seed, that's Beatriz Haddad Maia of Brazil. She lost against Wang Yingzha. She's from China. The score there was 6-1 and 6-3. Then also it is the number 15 seed, Caroline Garcia of France. She's also out of the tournament. She was beaten by Naomi Osaka. She's a 4-time major winner, and it's Naomi Osaka that beat Caroline Garcia by 7-5 and 6-4. Garcia is from France, and that is some of the first round action in the Qatar Open being played in Doha. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
E-Ticket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nhh.com.na.
Make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook and on all NMH platforms on weekdays, as well as on our website, which is called Oneuptwo.com. Sunset News screens on DSTV channel 285 and GoTV 25 every weekday from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. This has been Sunset News. So please don't end your day without us. Good night.